Welcome to our PC video for 2025, where our topic is healing. We'll be focusing on many different aspects, some of which will be interviews and also some encouraging words from our PCs.
Please note that there are some funny parts to the video, so you can have a laugh. There are also some sensitive parts, so grab a tissue if you must.
Hope you enjoy the video.
Good morning and welcome. Today we'll be discussing a topic that humans have had to deal with for years and years. So many years, it's been decades. And so many decades, it's been centuries. And so many centuries, it's been millennia. Emotional healing. We'll be discussing this with JHS's trusted PCs. So, what is a peer counsellor?
A what?
A peer counsellor. Do you counsel just peers or all fruits?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I only know about peer counselors, and we look to mentally and emotionally help people.
No. I saw it earlier on a piece of paper. It was definitely peer.
Well, I only know about peer counselors.
That's okay. Let's move on then. So, what is emotional healing?
Well, I'd like to define emotional healing as the process of becoming sound again.
Oh, so like when you lose the TV remote and the Real Housewives are coming on, you can't miss a second, but then you quickly find it.
No, not really.
Not at all? Like that.
Yeah.
Is it true that you have to experience trauma to heal?
Well, there is a relationship between trauma and healing, but you don't necessarily have to experience a traumatic incident in order to heal. There are healing strategies that include self-care, growth and development that you can practice without going through a traumatic experience.
Oh, okay. If time heals all wounds, then why do I still remember that embarrassing thing I did 4 years ago?
I mean, time does try its best to heal us, but anxiety has a photographic memory and a terrible sense of humor. Yeah.
So, what's the emotional equivalent of hitting Control Alt Delete?
Well, there's no emotional equivalent of hitting Control Alt Delete.
Oh, why not? I'd love to delete all my problems.
Oh, girl, that's not.
Is it true that watching Netflix for 12 hours straight will help you heal?
Well, not exactly. Healing is a complex process which requires us to identify the root causes of our emotions. And watching Netflix for 12 hours straight isn't going to help with that.
Well, my mate Paul said it helped him. Why wouldn't it help us?
Because healing requires active engagement with your emotions. And watching Netflix for 12 hours straight is going to distract you from your emotions and is going to prevent you from doing the deeper healing work.
Okay. So, is there a manual for emotional healing? And is it written in hieroglyphics? Because no one really seems to know what's going on.
I don't think there is one, especially one written in hieroglyphics. But I think what's best is that you go with the flow of what you know and just take a deep breath and calm down.
Does changing my Instagram bio or my WhatsApp profile picture count as personal growth?
Well, it may symbolize getting to a new era of your Instagram life and transitioning into a new era of your own life.
So, if screaming into a pillow helps heal you, does that mean that duvets are just emotional support blankets with extra responsibilities?
Well, they do comfort you, but they don't really fix anything.
So, they're meant to comfort you, but they're not going to actually do anything other than that.
Exactly. They're emotional supports, but they're not a solution.
Okay. So, why do counselors often ask, and how did that make you feel? I mean, if I knew, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right?
Right. They often ask that question as a way to help you understand what you're feeling, because putting a label on what you're feeling is the first step to effectively solving an issue.
Is it true that ignoring all your problems will make them go away? Like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand?
No, that's not true at all. You have to face your problems in order for them to get better.
Oh, so why do ostriches stick their head in the sand?
Well, they're actually trying to dig a hole to bury their eggs in the sand. Not really burying their heads in the sand. They're just trying to dig a hole.
Oh, interesting.
Hi guys, my name is Chimikaho and I thought I would share my story with you guys since we're doing around the topic of everything. In primary, I had a group of friends that would really bring me down and tear down my I came to high school, mind you, you're all alone. So I wouldn't really even try to make friends. I did in the beginning, but it wasn't as strong. But I went through most of my grade 8 year dealing with the pain and going through it all by myself, because I must do it all by myself. And funny enough, it was only when I found a group of friends that accepted me for who I was that I actually started healing, that I actually started realizing that actually I do deserve loving things, and they are people like that. So, and that's also one of the reasons why I became a PC, is that you don't have to go through it alone. That's one thing I can say.
Hi everyone, my name is Baby James, and today I'm going to be speaking about my healing journey. Although I still get emotional, it's important to understand that you do still get emotional, and when you fully healed, it's understandable to go through such phases. When in 2021, I'd lost my mother, and it was the most painful thing. Experiencing it all and being in grade 8, you just go through a range of emotions. Speaking about it more does get you emotional. Yeah. It does get you emotional. But moving on and understanding that it's okay to cry about it and grow from it, because healing isn't it isn't the end of the road or the end goal, because understanding that you go through so many phases, especially during grief. Yeah, I found peace in finding consolidation in the people who counseled me and gave me that space to speak, just like at the PC room when I'd go to a PC and relay my story. Them accepting me and welcoming me with warm arms and making me understand that it's okay to cry, because when you cry, it's what grows, it's what helps you heal it, even though it still gets you emotional. Sharing my story today, it is quite difficult. I didn't expect to cry, but that step to actually speak about it and just let it be known or relay it is what helps me find peace and kind of heal from it, because maybe out there's someone who might be going through the same and does not fully understand how to deal with everything, because it's okay to cry. I think people just need to understand that that's one of the biggest things that we'd like to promote as PCs, and we understand what you're going through and we're all here for you. Thank you.
Hi JHS, my name is Sipesinhle Kanyile, and I'm currently healing from a spiritual journey. My spiritual journey involves daily prayers at appointed times, frequent meditation to keep myself grounded, and developing skills such as flexibility, emotional intelligence, and accountability. These skills allow me to embrace my guardian angel and to also give myself time and space to grow as a true one. For now, my advice would be for all humans, especially teenagers, who come from different walks of life, to develop an open mind and accepting heart so that they can be able to endure various challenging situations in their life. Such a mindset allows one to focus on the positives rather than the negatives that bring you down. Good luck in your journeys, and I hope you find peace. Bye, JHS.
Hi, JHS. My name is Pogu Shemshengu, but people call me Spore. So I'll be sharing my testimony on how I overcame, but not necessarily overcame, but I'm still in the process of healing from acne. Okay, so acne almost broke me, guys. As my acne worsened, my self-esteem did so too. The constant stares, the recommendations, and the comments that people would make literally broke me. I felt like there was something wrong with me, and I just wanted to hide my face from the whole world. I slowly lost myself during the process of physically healing from acne, because I focused so much on healing the acne scars and ignored healing from the scars that acne caused inside of me. So the compliments that people gave me once my acne actually started to clear and stuff, instead of them making me happy, they made me feel like a certain pain, because I just remember the pain that I felt from when I used to have acne. But then all of a sudden, by God's grace, I guess, one day I just woke up and felt like actually I am beautiful, and I am still beautiful with or without acne. You know, guys, having acne is a difficult thing to have, especially during like teenagehood and like high school, where everyone wants to look gorgeous. But guys, just know you are beautifully and wonderfully.
Hello everyone, my name is Joy Shwala, and at the end of my grade 11 year, my brother passed away. And it was really hard because it was just before writing exams, and especially, you know, grade 11 exams, like it was a lot. And I don't know how I coped, because mentally, physically, emotionally, just everything, it was a lot. It really was a lot. But the way I was able to cope was through the support of the teachers. They really checked up on me every time I was at school. My friends, I love my friends so much, and I'm so grateful for them because they were there for me in every single way possible, and I'm so grateful that they were there. And also another way I was able to heal was through my faith, and that's one thing I focused on during the holidays before entering matric, because I knew that I wanted to be a PC and wanted to be able to share my story, which I am so grateful for, and I'm grateful that I have healed.
Hey guys, my name is Ariana, and I'm here to share my story on the topic of healing. So 5 years ago in 2020, my grandmother was diagnosed with 4th stage metastatic breast cancer. And for me personally, well, it was difficult for everyone in my family, but for me it was really hard hearing that one of the women who basically raised me and did everything with me growing up was going to be going through such a difficult time. And I mean, up to this day, she is still my person, and that person that I go to with my feelings, and if my parents are bothering me, she's there for me. So that was just, it was really heartbreaking for me to hear. And so after hearing that, I would like cry every single night, and it was so hard to focus and concentrate on other things. And I think what made it even worse was the fact that, number one, she was already sick before that with like mental illness, so this just added to her suffering. And number two, it was during COVID-19, so we couldn't really visit her in the hospital, which made it really difficult. But I think that something that also definitely didn't help was the fact that whenever I used to speak to other people, maybe in my family or friends, they would just tell me that, oh, you know, I was overreacting. And, you know, I think people that were also hurt and didn't know how to cope with this pain were also in denial, so I couldn't really speak to them about it. But I think over time, I realized that this is not something that I can avoid. You know, one day I am going to lose her, and I am going to have to deal with it. And 5 years later, in my matric year, this is the year that she's meant to leave us. So obviously when I still think about it, it is very painful, and I do still want to cry at some moments. But I've also learned to deal with the pain differently, and I've spoken to her about it, and we've spoken about her leaving and how life is going to be after. So I think that also really helped me. And I've realized that healing doesn't mean getting rid of the pain entirely. It just means not letting it control your life. And I think that's definitely something that I've achieved. So that's my story.
I'm passing the phone to the PC with the best smile.
I'm passing the phone to someone who is always there to lift others up and spread positivity.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's strong.
I'm passing the phone to a sophisticated somebody with a bubbly personality.
I'm passing the phone to the smartest PC I know, and one that's willing to go an extra mile to help everyone.
I'm passing the phone to a valuable person whose unique qualities make her special.
I'm passing the phone to a person who's really smart and is always willing to help others.
I'm passing the phone to someone who's got a quirky, free spirit with a hidden, sweet, playful nature.
I'm passing the phone to the best support system in the school. Hey, that's us! Speaking of the
My face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting, and it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the stream, pulling against the wave. Wave after wave, wave after wave. I'm slowly drifting. My face above the water, my feet can't touch the ground.